Good evening. We are October 3rd. Sorry I'm running late tonight. It's been a really busy day. I've had lots going on today for personal life and business life and trying to pack everything in. We are at a KP56. This means you are going to see auroras. We are already at a 6. Get out there, get your spot picked out, get anchored in for the night. You will be able to see this probably with your eyes, the light, not the color, the light. Okay? You can see the light with your eyes, but you will not see color. All right. Last night, a couple days ago, I said we got a really fast M-class flare coming. It's going to hit hard and fast. If you're not sitting there when it happens, you're going to miss it. How many of you missed it? I didn't miss it. Leslie didn't miss it. We were sitting there at sunset. It popped off just as the sun went under the horizon. And guess what? We got the 6. We saw the flares, even though it wasn't dark yet, with our eyes. We saw the pillars. They were huge. They weren't bright because we still had sunset down to the south of us, but we got it. This is what I'm talking about. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. Okay. Saturday night, nothing happened, but we had a good time. We had a campfire. We still had the meetup. We turned the kids loose with some glow sticks, and we made beach graffiti with glow sticks. The kids had a great time. We had a great time visiting. It wasn't a waste of an evening. Last night, about 11, between 11 and midnight, we did get more auroras pop up. And Leslie and I were out there getting some Milky Way and aurora shots. We had a good time. Now tonight, I'm going to be down at the Platte River. Remember, this is one of our Sleeping Bear locations that they are asking you to detour to. And it is a beautiful location. We could fit lots of people in this location without stepping on each other. The other location is up at Bohemian Road at the north end of Sleeping Bear Park and at Good Harbor. You go in and there'll be gravel roads at either side. You go down those gravel roads and there's little tip outs where you can park your car and walk down a little trail in the woods down to the beach, and you'll have all the privacy that you want. No car lights, no nothing. You could sit down there and have a nice cozy night on the beach with cameras and not have a person to bug you all night long. So I would suggest utilizing these spaces. Remember, people, follow the parking laws. There are big signs here that say no parking. There are big signs over here that says handicap only. There's big signs down here by the beach that say no parking. And one should never, what? Park in front of a stop sign. Don't know who did it, but somebody was guilty of it. Parking in front of a stop sign and blocking the view of the stop sign when I was there the last time. Use your head, people, because you might cost us Glen Haven. The Park Service can shut this down if people don't start behaving here. They can shut these parking lots down and leave us nowhere to go if people do not obey the parking. They can decide to shut the whole park down at night if we can't behave. Just saying. All right, forecast. Whoops. Okay, here we go. They have not updated the Emerald Spiral yet. I do not know why. Looking at yesterday, from midnight, we had an M-Class 8. This was a full halo. Okay, this is what is coming into tomorrow night. I expect to see this into tomorrow night. We had another M-class flare, a C-class flare, M-class flare, C-class flare, C-class flare, X-class flare yesterday. So there are 3 M's and an X yesterday. Okay, that's flares. That's not CMEs, that's flares. Then since then, we're going to roll down here. We have had M-class, C-class, 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 M-class, M-class, C, C, C. 10 is pretty much reached the point that it will be very difficult for it to hit us. It may still spiral enough around to graze us, but the umbral spiral has not updated yet. Okay? Don't know why they are not updating this, but it has not changed from yesterday. So these are all coming from yesterday. Jumping back here to CMEs. Those were flares yesterday. Now jumping back to the CME that happened about 2 o'clock, that was the M8 flare. It also produced a CME. That CME was a full halo flare, or CME, and it came from 3110. That is going to hit us. That will be moving relatively rapidly. It could hit us as easily as 24 to 36 hours. So if that happened at 2 o'clock in the morning on the morning of the 2nd, you go morning of the 3rd, which was yesterday or this morning, 4th, which it might hit us this morning, but I don't think it will, and morning of the 5th. It's more likely to hit morning of the 5th, but it could hit us this morning. If it's moving really, really fast, it'll hit us this morning, but it's more likely that it'll hit us the morning of the 5th or the morning of the 6th. Okay? Remember when we say it's going to hit, you want to start at 8 o'clock the night of. So if it happened on the 2nd, I want to go 3rd, 4th, 5th, night of the 5th into the 6th. Okay? Or I want to go the 4th and the night of the 4th into the 5th. You want to make sure it hits the 5th. So if it happened at 2 o'clock on the 2nd, you want to go 3rd, 4th, 5th. So I want to start watching the 4th into the 5th. So tomorrow night at 8 into the 5th is when I want to start watching for that M-class flare that turned into a CME. If that makes sense for everybody. Now, some other ones have turned into a full halo. Remember, I've been telling you all week long, watch this big filament down here that looks like a horseshoe. Watch this area. Watch this horseshoe down here on the southern hemisphere. Well, it went yesterday. It caused a massive CME. Caused a massive full halo CME, and that is coming at you. The 3rd at midnight. So you're going to go 4th, 5th, 6th. You're going to start looking for that to happen somewhere in the 5th or the 6th. Here's where people, the forecasts are out the window. You're fitting a 3D model and trying to you're taking a 3D environment and trying to fit it into a 2D model. These scientists are befuddled, to say the least. We're trying to figure out how fast things are moving, how dense things are moving, and they're trying to make guesses to when things are going to hit us. Your best guess is to listen to what I'm saying, look at those LASCO feeds, and try and guess how fast that wind is moving. If it's moving really fast, like I kept telling you a couple days ago, and I said that's moving really, really fast, it's going to be one and done. If you're not sitting there, you're going to miss it. It's not even going to last an hour. I was right. It didn't last an hour. It lasted 20 minutes. Those really fast-moving things lasted minutes. We'll unpack this more in the morning, but this is what you want to look at, those Lascaux feeds. Really watch how fast that wind is moving. And then you've got to guess at when it's going to hit. Here is a view of that big M-class flare, the M8. They are not projecting it came this way. They're projecting it came more toward Earth. It came more out at an angle toward Earth. This is where the big X-class flare came from, and they're predicting this is more, again, straight out toward where it may swirl back and hit Earth. Umbral spiral has not changed. Your phi angle is flipping. Your density is not bad. Your wind speed is up and dipping and rising right here, but it's not bad. It's above 500 kilometers per second. Looking at this Lascaux real quick. Look at this. We got a great big sweeping umbral sweep back. There's a boom. Look at that coming out at us. Look at here. It's coming out. It's sweeping backwards. So it's coming out, flaring out toward Earth and sweeping back. It is going to make a connection. This is a full halo. Tomorrow we'll talk about these coronal holes that are jumping in and becoming players. We got a filament right here we're going to talk about, and we still have our beta, gamma, delta coronal hole that is capable of producing a X-class flare. And people, I'm not kidding you when I say this is capable of making a kill shot. This is capable of dropping a Carrington event. Do not pray for the big one. Please do not pray for the big one. I mean, we won't all miss Facebook, but, you know, hey, I wouldn't, I'll smile if it makes Facebook servers happy little paperweights, but that's me. Okay, we are at a 6. I need to get on the road and get out of here soon and get things going. Everybody have fun tonight. I'm going to be at the Platte River at least for the foreseeable future. Probably going to be at the church later in the evening hours. If you need me, you can walk up, slip me a little, Junia cash in the pocket, and I will be teaching if you need me to. So, you know how to find me. You can use Messenger to call me if you need me. All right, I am out of here. Talk to you later.